Hey, so this is my latest acquisition. This happens to be the 2021 MV Agusta Brutale 1000 RR. I just picked this up last night. I have put about 170 miles on it. And I have to say, it's probably one of the craziest, most fantastic bikes I've ever owned in my life. And I've owned a lot. I've got about 17 bikes, I think, that I've owned in the past 2 years. And this by far is beyond belief. The sound, the look, the feel, the ride, absolutely everything. So I'm going to start doing a couple of reviews on this as I go. I see a lot of reviews on, a few reviews online, but none from an owner's perspective. They're usually from a reviewer's perspective. So considering now that I own this, I can tell you all the good and bad of it. But I got to be honest with you, it's probably one of the most fantastic bikes I've ever had in my life. You know, I have the Aprilia that I got a couple of weeks ago. It's a 2019 factory. I got my GTL. I just sold my 2020 Ducati S Diavel, I should say. And what else did I sell? The 2020 Triumph Rocket 3. I sold those two to get this, to help fund this at least. Because at the end of the day, it was 35 grand. A couple of things you're gonna see on here that don't belong, which is my radar. That doesn't come with it, obviously. Put my phone holder on. I did the wiring. I wired my radar. I did that to a battery that is under the seat, which is pretty impossible to get to. I found out that you have to remove these 4 bolts to take this off, to get to another bolt that takes this panel and this panel off, which there's a grommet here and a slide action here. So these 2 panels come off. Then there's 2 screws at the front of the seat. Then this slides forward to come out. The battery, lithium-ion batteries underneath. So that was pretty impressive to get to. Very well put together. Truly amazing. I put this on here for my gloves. You can see it on my other bike. Just so this way when I hop off, I don't have to freaking go crazy where to put them, whether they fall. I tell you, the bike is incredible. One of the other things I found out riding today was this little bad boy here. Nobody speaks about it. When I say this bad boy, I mean this. That happens to be the cruise control. And what I've found out so far is how it works is you have to be in 6th gear. It only activates, I believe, in 6th gear. And you have to hold it for like 2 or 3 seconds for it to activate. To deactivate it, you could either use the brakes, obviously, the clutch, obviously. You can't roll back because there is no rollback on this. Or just hit the button quickly. Doesn't really matter. Let's see if this should go on. Yes. I mean, there's a menu. There's a ton of things in here. I have to go through it. If I start talking now, I'll sound like an idiot. Well, more of an idiot than I already do. But in any case, I'm going to do a couple of reviews on this as I go because, you know, a lot of the Tornos, you're going to see a ton of videos on the Tornos. You're going to see a ton of videos on the GTLs. But something like this, I mean, from a owner's point, you know, I don't know if you're going to see too many of these. So I figured why not entertain with this. I mean, I tell you, it's truly unbelievable. I mean, it's an inline 4. The manners on the road, on the street, are impeccable. They're really impeccable. I mean, they don't have a V2 grunt like the Super Duke R or the Super Duke GT that I had. Doesn't have the same grunt as the Diavel S. But fantastic, man. And anything over 8,000 RPMs is just dangerous, I'll tell you right now. This thing is out of control. But anyway, so this is just one video of a few. I'll get a couple of more together. And hopefully it's going to be all good news and no bullshit.